Yeah, let's eat, boy.
Mahala's good, huh? I guess they knew we were coming.
Temor de Dios. El temor de Dios es lo que ustedes no tienen. Tú eres el hijo de Satanás.
Hey, Johnny, what that Mexican mean a sick horse is gonna get us, huh?
It's quoting the Bible. Revelations. Behold, a pale horse. The man who sat on him was death. And hell followed with him.
Hello. What's up there? It's Munchausen. Good to see you. I'm glad that you're here. We're getting into this late night rock talk. Last week was a blast, so we'll do this each and every Saturday night, and on other nights I don't know when though, but maybe we'll get a rhythm going and talk about some rock shows, some great groups or new groups that are out there, who you should listen to, who you should not be listening to. Hello, Low Specs Laptop. Good to see you. Hello, David Canada. What's going on? Good to see you here. First off the bat, let's get this rock talk started. There's a rock festival happening. I don't know if you've heard this. There's a rock festival in Kentucky, louder than life, and it's taking place this coming week in Kentucky. There's a whole bunch of awesome rock bands. For starters, you got Korn, Stan, Cypress Hill, and I think this is I don't know if this is Thursday, the first day of the festival. Cypress Hill, Anthrax, Beartooth, Seven Dust. Oh God, I want to see Seven Dust in concert. I love that band. Wage War, Memphis Mayfire, Escape from the Hate, 0936, Avoid, Currents, Jerris Johnson, Another Day Dawns, and Blame My Mouth. That's on Thursday. One of my friends, and it's a YouTuber, you may know him by NB Geek. Let's Talk. He's going. I'm jealous. He's going, and they're if you look it up online, you want to lock down your tickets for next year, 2022, 1 weekend tickets, $50 down, 11 months to pay off. So if you want to go to this rock concert in louder than life in Kentucky, it looks like it's being held at the Highland Festival Grounds, KY Kentucky Expo Center. Let's see the lineup on Thursday. And I don't know if anybody is in or around there, or if there are even tickets available still, because it's it starts Thursday the 23rd here. Metallica is playing on Friday. Jane's Addiction, Rise Against, Gloria, Killswitch Engage, Starset, Avatar, Fever 333. Thrust Whistle, Pleotrick, Dead Sarah, 68, The Violent, South of Eating, Tala, Janosworth, and Contrilla Collective. And no, I'm not. I'm just let you guys know This is like I haven't heard of a big rock festival like this in a long, long time, and it's nice that these things are actually taking place. So, tell me, do you guys want to hear the rest of the lineup? I just want to know. You just got home from work? Oh! And no specs laptop, you're here. Glad that you're here, brother. Glad that you're here. This is a show that I hope, we'll talk about whoever wants to join. This is an open line type of show talking about whatever. Judas Priest on Sunday? Yeah. Yeah, Judas Priest and Metallica again on Sunday. Mudvayne. Just a huge list of awesome bands. Some of them I've seen, some of them I haven't seen. I love getting out to live events. I love all live music. And I don't just stop at rock and roll. I'll go to country. I'll go to jazz and pop music. But I've never been to a rap concert. I think the only rap concert I would go to is Eminem. But there's a lot of Disturbed is playing on Saturday. Machine Gun Kelly, Volleyball, even Suicidal Tendency, Asking Alexandra Trehu, Grandson Code Orange, Ice 9 Kills, Straight Tricks Red, Butcher Babies, some bands I've never heard of, Dynamite, there's a band called Suck Brain. Yellow Textina and Messenger Birds. Okay. Yeah, Saturday. And then Saturday, Metallica. Judas Priest, Mudvayne, Slither, Pennywise, Skillet, Zeppelin, The Who, Blowpower. What is that? Tormani, Fozzy. Ooh, Fozzy. They're pretty cool. Every Time I Die, Eric Jones, From the Ashes, New, Teenage Waste. Was that Wrist? Okay. And the other two names below that I really can't read because they got View the Poster here. So anyway, there's that. There is that. Have any of you guys got the new Iron Maiden album? We were talking about that last week. I highly recommend getting it on vinyl. Darth Hester could tell you about that one. The artwork is amazing. The album is amazing. I have yet to get it. It's on my list, though. It's on my list. Yes, Chris Jericho's Fozzy. Yeah, that be the one, Darius. That be the one. I don't know what other rock festivals are coming up or small venues. Oops. I'm just looking up on Mr. Google, Oh, there's that one, but I'd love to see that one. Any old country. And System of Down's got an album coming out soon here. I love System of Down, and the fact that they're back together and they got an album coming out. I was like, yeah. System Down, kick ass. What do you guys know? What do you listen to? What bands have you seen? Talk to me. It's Late Night Rock Talk. Come on, people. I know it's late, and I scheduled it late because I was every weekend I'm on other streams, and anyway, that's why it's a late. Of course, I'm so used to doing the late night stream. You know, maybe I'll just try to have it it would be 2 a.m. Eastern if I do it at 11 p.m. Mountain / Pacific, because until November, I think 1st, I think it's November 1st. Hey, welcome, Fisjozio. How you doing?
Well, I don't know what to say. What's it called? What's that say? Good to see you again, Bill. Yeah, good to see you again, Bill. Because I hadn't been here.
Thank you.
Hadn't been here in a while. Hadn't been here in a while.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
I haven't been bored in the past couple of days. Well, there's not. I mean, there's nothing. We're not find kind of entertainment. I'm currently, like I said, I'm currently rewatching my two favorite animes. If you remember my two favorite animes, I said.
Sorry, my memory's bad. I'm old. I'm older, man.
Okay.
And plus, I'm on YouTube a lot and up a lot. So.
Okay.
Forgive me. Yeah.
Okay. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Monster from 2004 Monster. I get a lot of people don't know. I'm strange at how much many people I've met who don't even know what Monster even is. Like they never even heard of it. Like, huh? Like it's a concept you never normally see in anime of a story. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, like it's about, it has no superpowers involved, nothing supernatural, anything. It's just about a normal person with no superpowers, a doctor trying to stop a serial killer whose life he saved.
So, what type of music do you like? Because this is a late night rock talk. This is specifically.
No, I don't listen to rock. I don't listen to rock. I listen to rap music.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's it's music. It's, well, tell us what you listen to, man.
I was just listening to Eminem before I came in here.
Yeah, I love this. You can't never go wrong with Eminem, man. That man's got brilliant lyricist and composer of music.
I'm not sure if Marshall Mathers even writes any of those songs.
Huh?
I'm not sure if he even writes any of them songs. It seems like he a real lyricist, but I don't know. Like, does he even write him?
Is there any form of rock that you like? Because David, for years now, they've actually been mixing rap and rock and metal together.
Yeah. Kid Cudi been experimenting with that. With the whole the book with the album he did when he tried to mix that fully was not very good.
Well, Ice-T album, the album where he did Cop Killer, that was a heavy metal album.
Okay, and I don't listen to Ice-T, so I don't know.
Yeah, I used to have the CD that had the explicit lyrics,
Yeah, I'm still sad that DMX died. I mean, yeah, he died. Yeah. Like he died from as usual. Like most musicians, he died from a drug overdose.
Yeah. That happens when you're living in the world of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And rock and roll isn't just there's genres and rap. It's kind of a genre of rock, but
eventually.
There are similarities that they borrow from each other
I know. Eventually, the end destination of every musician is to die from a drug overdose. That's the end destination of every musician in the world. Every single musician that ever lived, the end result is they die from drug overdose, and they always go out that way, that one specific way, always. I mean, so many musicians die from drug overdose, you can't even name them all.
No, I would have to look them up because I'd hate to name a name that and get it wrong. I think Janis Joplin. I'm not too sure on that one. You know Prince, the pop singer Prince.
He died from Prince died from that too.
Fentanyl. Well, yeah, he was on he was addicted to painkillers. You know, he used to jump off the big amps with stiletto heels on, and so he got addicted to painkillers, and he had this high dose of fentanyl. I believe it was, and yeah.
And so did Michael Jackson died similar way. Hi Rosetta.
Hey, Eagle Rider.
Working on my drawing. What do you think so far?
Looking good.
Yeah, lots of booty there.
Well, my other camera's dead, so the art cam's the only thing I have right now. So
oh no,
it doesn't work well on the face at all. So even moving it up there, because I got one specialized for artwork to pick up on certain things, and it does not pick me up right in the camera, so I can't even just switch them and use it for now. So the drawing cam's what people have until I can replace the camera.
I just want to point out this one thing. Since Jedi Bill here is familiar with movies, I don't get why people hate the Lone Ranger from 2013 that much. I thought the movie was amazing. One of Arnie Hammer and Johnny Depp.
I don't know. I kind of looked at it the one time, and I kind of really never looked back at it.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. It blew me away my first time I saw that.
I don't know. I didn't like Lone Ranger at all. On any,
about the movie
in any way. No, I didn't like any of it. On any of it.
Okay. I thought about the movie from 2013 with
I know. I'm saying I've never liked any of it. Anytime I've tried to watch it, be it the movie, the old shows, any of it, I've always thought it was annoying as a concept. So I don't know.
What's up, Cinnabon Bunny? Good to see you. This is a stream that's supposed to be about rock that because if we're going off the rails just a little bit, we might steer. I will always steer us back because
I agree with what Professor Geek said on the Lone Ranger. It was an amazing movie, but reason why it failed at the box office was people saw the marketing and thought it was going to look. They said that stupid thing because it reminded them of the crappy Green Hornet movie that came out just 2 years prior.
So let's slide this back to music a second.
Okay.
So okay, you guys, it's all on rock and metal. We all know that I'm more into symphonic, operatic, speed, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of newer, weird, less known bands that I'm more into. Things like Zyphia and Snow White Blood and stuff like that. So I'm on the obscure. I'll listen to almost anything in those genres, honestly. Anything rock or metal, from the classic rock all the way through to the heavy stuff to the symphonic and anything in between. But I love the symphonic stuff the most because it's stuff I can actually headbang to and sing along with at the same time without losing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask you guys, out of the modern symphonic stuff, are there any bands that you're into?
Well, I'm into a lot of different bands and a lot of different genres of music. I mean, there's I feel like music has, for every feeling or emotion, there's different genres that for every emotion. And if you listen to them, there's music that you can listen to when you're angry or pissed off or
absolutely.
when you're depressed or that will get feel uplifted,
Which is also why I kind of get down on people who will just bash on a genre because I don't like that genre. Even You bash on the goth, you bash on the emo, all these different people do that. It's like, well, every genre, there's going to be at least one song that'll in some way speak to you if you actually pay attention to the music or the lyrics.
Yeah.
Every genre. Even if it's a genre you overall hate, you're going to find at least one song in it that you like if you look long enough. It really is.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
there's bands. I hate most of the emo rock, but I actually like a few of the songs from Icon for Hire because they really speak to what I've been through in my life. And the lyrics in referencing those kinds of trauma and tragedy are really deep and really philosophical.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But like Rosetta is right. Like for example, the only rock song I have listened to so far is "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel. But
I mean, it's a decent intro to the style, but I'll give you an example. Okay, I'm more usually into lyrics than music, but I'm very into like classical, jazz, opera stuff from the old days, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One of the bands I listen to is
I hate jazz.
Anyway, one of the bands I listen to is a combination of symphonic and operatic metal with speed metal. And they went through as operatica, they changed it to operatica element because it was too close to another band's name and they wanted to be recognized separately. And they did a version on one of them where they took the number 23 in A minor and they actually did it in a couple minute long speed metal song. So the whole long symphony completely done in speed metal in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing, honestly. And it's one of those things where it's not even something you would think about until you heard it. But it's mind-boggling because it's so well done and you really hear the classical in it. It's like Asmodeva, another one I listened to for a while, did a very, very hard metal version of Duress, which is one of the original opera songs. I love where you can take classic culture and stuff like that and respin it in a way that shares it to a new generation, you know?
Oh yeah, that music is the one thing that will transcend from one generation to the next. And it really has come so far where different genres and subgenres keep borrowing from each other. Yeah, you know, there's even rap, there's heavy backgrounds to rock and roll, or even in some manners country music, all in rap music. If you listen to it and you really get into the lyrics of some, some of the rap that's out there,
Well, that's why I liked what was Rock Fist, which she ended up breaking up with that band because the boys wanted to go a different way. So then she respun and started another band as Zyphia. The entire point of both bands was to focus on taking mythology, folklore, fairy tales and stuff, and retelling it as songs. So she has songs from all these, from dark folk tales to things about Hook to dealing with mythology and stuff. And it's fascinating.
What's her name again?
I can't remember her name, but if you look up Rock Fist as a band, Gardens of the Least was the main one they had. And then you have Zyphia, and it's a German band. And if you look up the Rock Fist stuff, one of the songs on that first album was in German. But it's all based in mythology and stuff, and so it's really fascinating as a way to study history, culture, and how human psychology developed while listening to good music. You know? And that's the stuff I love. I like education and grace and understanding and stuff in it. That's why I like Snow White Blood, because they focus on mythology and history. They did some stuff about Shirazi. They did things about Hamlin and stuff like that. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've always been fascinated by mythology, folklore, and social and human development anyways. So I seek out bands who use that in their storytelling.
Polka is the future. I'm not sure. I won't.
No, hell no. The only polka I tolerate is
polka is tolerable. to
The only
some
polka, the
and
only
annoying
polka
to
I tolerate
others.
is Weird Al. The only polka I tolerate is Weird Al. Period. I don't fuck it.
Yeah.
By the way, I've also been studying mythology for years because I like to write fantasy stories. Not
Yeah.
just involving comic books, but involving lots of yeah. Um, one thing strange thing I discovered is that a lot of people wouldn't notice, uh, but like for example, there's a lot of obscure and strange creatures that come from Celtic mythology, which is
Celtic, yeah.
yeah, because usually we wouldn't even use that for much at all, aside fairies. And then most we don't even know fairies is Irish.
Hello, Specs Linux
Well,
laptop.
again, the wisps and a lot of
Hello.
that stuff. There's a lot of things that are used in mythology, but people don't realize it's actually Celtic in origin. There's also quite a few things that are used in some of the mythology and stuff that people don't understand the history and the culture behind that actually come from tribes here and stuff that they had. And if you research the tribes here, there's some twisted mythology you can get into.
Native
Oh my
American.
goodness.
What comes to your tribe? Your tribe is Sioux.
My family is on the Oglala Lakota Sioux, which is one of the larger tribes left in the world right now, but it was also one of the largest tribes in the world for a long time. So it's still very much diminished from what it was once. But if you want the really dark mythology, research the southern tribes. Because that's where the stuff like the human sacrifices and all that stuff happened. It's more in Mayan and Incan and those. Skinwalkers was in Navajo.
Navajo.
Yeah.
Got it.
And no, that is very contrary to my tribe's beliefs. We do not share that. So yeah. But I find that stuff so fascinating to study. And there's some creatures, oh my god. I'm trying to remember the tribe. There's one that has literally, it's this woman whose entire thing in mythology is literally targeting women and pregnant women to destroy because she couldn't have kids. She wants all women who try to have children to die and suffer. And it's weird, twisted, but the fascination behind studying it also.
What do you like to listen to, Low Specs?
I've been listening to mostly Japanese rock lately. It's off the hook what's coming out of Japan.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff is fascinating on its own merit because it really is like you take like the Harajuku style and stuff and you just throw a bunch of heavy metal and shit in and then let the girls rock out.
Oh, those girls will show the men how to do it and put them to shame. It's insane.
Oh, there's a band I found recently, Frozen Crown, that actually when they did their first album, they started recording it when the main guitarist was 15. And it's a speed metal band, and the main guitarist is this little left-handed girl. And the fucking shit she does with her guitar is stuff that would put a lot of these seasoned vets to shame.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, I love this band. I love prodigies. I love people who just absolutely blow your mind because they shouldn't be able to do what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
Lisa X is another teenage Japanese female prodigy guitarist over there.
Oh.
But like this morning or yesterday morning now, I guess it's after midnight, Love Bites, which they sing in English, and they're an all-girl heavy metal band. They've been called a female Iron Maiden.
Really?
They just put out a DVD and of their live concert in March, and they played the whole thing for free on YouTube, and the world was united. There's like people from all over the world in the chat. It went private and it's not available anymore right after that. But
damn, that sounds awesome.
They put the whole DVD up for free this morning. And so I woke up at 5:45 in the morning to start watching that stuff at 6 in the morning. And
wow.
It's just off the hook. They as far as musicianship and the talent on their instruments, they are, or well, maybe were, we'll see, the number one metal band as far as raw talent. It's just insane amount of musicianship, and they sing in English, so there's no language barrier there for like the Western countries.
There's another one that's interesting. If you go back into it, is Crypteria, and that operatic Asian voice with a German metal band.
Huh.
and that's one that the band formed over in Germany, but the lead singer is a little Korean chick that's lived in Germany a long time, and she has an anime-like voice, but it's high opera too, and she's like this hyper bouncy. It sounds like you cross like the operatic metal with like anime theme songs almost in times. It's wild shit.
Oh, Love Bites is just straight up heavy metal. It's insane.
I'm very much into the bands that just they defy because they're not like all the others.
Right.
And I could almost any genre. Another one, Melissa Bonet, that she did Rage for Light and a bunch of others. She's this young girl. She's been doing these since she was a teen. She's only early 20s now. She's leading several bands now. She's one that can go all the way up into soprano, but she's also her own growler, and she's one of the best female growlers that I've ever heard. And she's deeper than most male growlers.
And I can't remember
and so she goes from that deep growl to low notes in regular singing to mid kelters, all of a sudden doing soprano notes, and it's like, what the fucking hell range is this woman?
And I can't remember the name of the band right now, but there's another one like heavy metal rock band that has a violin player out of Japan.
Oh,
yeah.
And then,
how's that work?
interesting.
Oh, and
how's that work?
Common example people would use of the symphonic range because they were the one that made it big first, so most people think of them. But while I really like some of their stuff, they're actually really not one of the best bands in the genre.
And
they're
then
good. They're not the best by far.
Another one on those lines that I forgot to mention is Wagaki Band. And they combine the Japanese traditional instruments like the shamisen. They got the shakuhachi flute, the taiko drums, and that other thing I can't remember the name of, combined with the rock instruments. And
I can hear me some of this.
And Benny Ninagawa just comes out there with the shamisen and just shreds the hell out of it. It's insane. So definitely check out Wagaki Band if you're into like traditional mixed with heavy metal.
Do you know what Dark Sarah is? Anyone?
I've heard of them.
First of all, her first band she was in, Amberian Dawn, they had a guy that did some of the songs with them in it that did one of the most wicked impersonations of the Vader voice ever that he did for some of the breakdowns and intros and songs. And especially if you look up the song Incubus by him. And they were amazing and stuff like that. She left it to start Dark Sarah and stuff, and she does it as the whole band is storytelling, song by song through it. So the first album starts and it explains this whole fairy tale, how this woman gets left at the altar, her fiance runs off with the guy, and they find out he was cursed and enchanted and destroyed by this dark spirit that was connected to something they did together as a couple when they're dating. And her going evil and dark to try to get revenge and stuff, to her death. And then literally through this, every album is another section of the story, from the second album leading her through the underworld, trying to get the means to take herself to the overworld to try to get through the land of the immortals to try to restart her life. The third one going her in the land of the immortals with this back and forth romance with the basically exiled dragon. And then after that one, it goes to her being reborn in another era hundreds of years later and trying to help save the world then, and then gets corrupted by the power that she gets in that. So she's at the end of that album, she goes evil and tries to take over the world. At every album's the storytelling through this entire saga. Every song, each one just goes in order and tells this entire story.
And
4 albums even, it just tells the story through it all.
And what's her name? What's this person's name?
Her name is Heidi, but look up Dark Sarah as the band.
Yeah, Dark Sarah.
And she is a sweetheart. She's one of the ones that I've been friends with for a while over in Facebook stuff. I've been one of the main backers and stuff. Actually, if you get the third album, I'm actually in the credits on it. Because I was one of the backers and supporters helping her when she was doing it. But I absolutely fucking love them. And it's just, she does amazing stuff.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just, I love it because she touches on all these different mythological stories and concepts through all these things and different religious views and social views and stuff from all these different cultures and eras as she's telling this complex story that's weaving through multiple albums.
Very cool. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love bands that have real creativity and spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up all these bands on YouTube.
Another one I would highly recommend is they're like stoner doom metal is probably what we would call it, is Ninjin Isu. And they've been around for like 30 years, and like a year or two ago they finally had a breakout hit. So check out Heartless Scat and turn the subtitles on. And it's epic. And they do like these 8-9 minute long songs, and they're not too long. They're just great. Oh yeah. Love Bites.
Shredding?
You don't
check it out.
Love Bites is their extreme musicianship is insane, and they just shred. Yeah.
Awesome.
My favorite right now is Nemophila, and they're a new band, and they don't have a full-length album out yet. They just recorded one, and they played like 2 or 3 live shows, and then the thing happened, and so they went to YouTube, and so they've got a whole bunch of cover songs on YouTube. But they're not a cover band. They do originals, and I've watched a couple of their, because they were live streaming their concerts online, and I've watched a couple of those, and they're really good. But the first record company that approached them was JPU Records out of the UK. So their EP, and it's an EP of their singles, Oiron Extended Edition. And so it's a #1 import in Japan because it was a UK record company that signed them up first. I think with their full-length album, it's probably going to be a Japanese record company. I'm not sure when that's going to come out, but last I knew, it was recorded, it was mixed, and it was being mastered and waiting for release.
There's also Minnesota, which now has it was originally just Carmen Spin, and I can never remember how to pronounce her last name, which pisses me off because she's been a friend of mine for a long time. It was originally just her as the singer in it. After a bunch of shit was pulled on her and stuff, her sister joined the band with her, so she didn't have to deal with her old band. Her sister is Liv. If he knows who she is. Theaters of Tragedy, Leaves Eyes, all those was her. She was considered one of the basic queens of the Nordic music in metal. And the band is now 2 of them together leading it. So the 2 sisters doing it together, and they're amazing, but they're also 2 of the sweetest girls in the freaking world to ever talk to and interact with. They are just absolute dolls, but their talent level is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's another thing about Nemophila is they'll play some hard ass stuff, and then the Mayu, the singer, she's got a good voice, but she also does a lot of screaming, and she screams really good, and they're just up there having a blast. It's almost like happy metal, but it's heavy as hell. But not all of it, because they're versatile. They do some regular slower stuff too.
I mean, I completely get what you're talking about as a metalhead, so I'm good with that part.
Awesome.
By the way,
the fans call the drummer and bass combo of that band Laughing Thunder.
Speaking of heavy metal rock music, have you ever played that video game Brutal Legend?
Brutal Legends. No, I've heard of it though. It's
Brutal Legend.
Yeah, it's the one that Jack Black did the cover for, or he's in the game. He's in the game.
The main character. Yeah, he's in the game. He's the main character. It's basically like the main character is a rock star, a wannabe rock star, and he gets sucked into this fantasy world that's literally just like a rock star heavy metal album cover. And he goes around, he fights demons and stuff,
So
and leads an army. He's like a real-time strategy video game. Leads an army, and he plays music for spells. He's literally like a bard from Dungeons and Dragons. He plays rock music for spells, and all his different spells, rock music.
That was
that. To look up. look up Emerald Mine Revenge of Princess Olga. And this song is like you took speed metal and rock and blended it with high opera and classic like Mario era style video game music. And there's some wild
Wow.
shit with this band.
Yeah. We say about Brutal Legend, Bill.
Yeah. Oh, it came out for the
2009.
360 and Xbox 360
PS3.
and PlayStation 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a I know it was multi-platform, but that was
Yes, 2009.
was a while ago. Yeah.
Mm.
Was it 2009?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Maybe
don't know.
earlier.
That they can play all the Xbox 360 games on the one. I think. I know all Xbox consoles are pretty much you play the older games on the current ones. So Xbox.
Like I think with like Xbox S, and but you need have like that Game Pass or something.
Mm.
As long as you can download the updates for it, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever think the Bard was an odd class in Dungeons and Dragons? I was kind of weird out when I first saw in the Player's Handbook too. When I first saw it. Or do you any people here even know Dungeons and Dragons or play that? Or look at it, look into it.
Oh, way back in high school.
But I said the damn you encounter the Bard class. It's like there's a class called Bard where you're basically a magic musician, a magic musician. And you got an instrument, everything.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it. It's like more than 30 years ago. And it's probably the rule books were completely different back then too.
I think they introduced it in I think 3.5e. I looked at the 5e, but 3.3 and 3e third edition they introduced the bar. I think. So, yeah, I don't think you ever played third edition. So,
anybody else know of any other good live music shows coming up?
I don't.
It's always nice when you get to see even if it's a small venue, the live music.
I'll be honest with this current.
I prefer the smaller venues. Actually, it's just more.
I haven't been looking at much. Now, I will say the last concert I went to, I can't remember the opening band they had, but it was a combo tour with In Flames and Within Temptation. So it was like heavy as hell and symphonic as hell together. That was a weird show. Anyways, it was almost 6 hours long between the three bands because they all did like 20 song sets and stuff. But it was crazy. But yeah,
what's up, Taylor?
Go to shows often. I don't like crowds, and with the current world, everyone's crazy anyways.
Right. What's up, Taylor Lim?
Hi, Taylor.
Good to see you.
But I probably won't last much longer. I really do need to get rest. I'm still pretty sick. I miss everybody. I don't like not being able to be on.
No, we totally understand that. We totally understand that. You know?
Hey, come on, you're talking rock and metal. This is obviously my genre. How quickly can I pull out weird obscure bands?
Ninja Nisu is going to live stream their last show of their tour in Tokyo, I think, next month, and I'm considering purchasing a ticket for that.
See, I like the Japanese metal scene. I am more, I think, into the Phoenician just because I'm more into the symphonic to sing along with for my style. But I love both, you know?
And Nemophila has another live stream coming up next month. Because that's pretty, because with the COVID restrictions, that's pretty much what they're stuck with, a lot of them.
Careful saying that word. They flag
everything
anymore.
I forgot to say the thing. or the
Yeah, and
coup.
they quit flagging people over it for a while, and they're getting
Right.
really bad again. They're flagging me for
Mm.
even talking about my disabilities, even without saying it. So it's like absolute bullshit.
And I don't, is it okay for me to call it the Kung Flu? Or were you too spicy for
Sure.
that?
I call it Commie Flu 19. So I mean,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I called it the thing earlier, but I forgot this time.
I need to find the list. I actually decided I was getting pissed at all the censorship. I posted a bit and said, let's come up with the most politically incorrect terms you can come up with. And between me and my friends, had a list of like 60 or 70 that included things like cat eater flu and ones where you were turning into swear words in Chinese and stuff like that. It was really hilarious. I've got to find that list. I've got to find that list.
Yeah, right there with you, Taylor. We're all tired of it, but it's everywhere. You can't get away from it. You know, you really can't. It's affecting. It's changed the world so much.
Can't even do
That's
normal
because they
things
were
anymore.
looking for a chance to change the world. They've already been looking for
Exactly.
a way to diminish rights. They used the first opportunity. Listen to what Saul Alinsky said. He said, "Never let a crisis go to waste."
Right.
It's called the Great Reset. It's called the Great Reset.
That's what they did. They used the crisis. They used it. They cheered on every look. There's posts that you can find of people literally telling people that they're praying for the disease to kill them and their families so they can be stats against it. This is orchestrated as hell.
Yeah.
How are we gonna fight against it? I know David Collins trying to lead that. David Collins trying to lead against that. How are we gonna fight against this? That's the only thing I care about.
But I will leave you guys and bid my farewell because
very true.
I have got to get better. I've been sick for about 4 weeks and I'm tired of it.
Okay.
I will leave you on. This piece is almost done.
Okay.
Yeah.
A very good pin-up piece of
right.
Yeah, the whole skin will look like this all the way up by the time I'm done, and you can see how smooth my skins actually get with my pencil work.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I will bid you guys farewell. You all know the drill. Look for Eagle Rider. I do a lot of art. Talk and draw and have fun. Stay out of trouble. And if you can't be good,
No, we get in trouble.
If you can't be good, be good at it. And if you have to get in trouble, please do it where I can watch or at least videotape it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Uh-oh. Wait, why is it on me? I don't want it on me. Get it off of me. Get it off of me. Oh yeah. Have you listened to that new have you gotten the new Iron Maiden album, Low Specs?
I'm interested in it, but I haven't heard anything off of it yet.
I think I best be going. I got other stuff to do today.
Okay, Fist shows you. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Taylor, now all you got to do is type in Eagle in it. Well, you like, let's see. You type in the command, and the bot will do it. Let's see. I have to figure out. Hey, your Muslim uncle, what's going on? Good to see you here. We were talking about that last week on the first one of these. Well, I would call it something else, but it's definitely an album that you should get into. It's a great album artwork. If Darth was there, he could break it out and show us. On the virtual pub last Saturday/Sunday, was showing it, and we were talking about it. how this all got started.
Mhm.
We wanted to do a late night rock talk, and it's like, yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it. And, we'll just keep on doing them every like Saturday night. Are you allowed to play clips from YouTube, like Love Bites?
Reactors do reactions to them and don't
Yeah.
get. So I don't know.
About 7 seconds, 7 to 8 seconds is,
I mean, old Mr. B will play the whole thing and just shut up. He'll talk before it, play the whole thing, talk after it. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't seem to go after him. There are some bands that have flagged his stuff, but not that one. He does. Sometimes he gets a translator and does interviews with some of them also. A lot of them actually, a lot of those Japanese bands actually watch his reactions, and he's not that big of a channel.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Sometimes it takes a bot a while to work. It worked earlier. Yeah, but there's that huge rock festival going on in Kentucky coming this Thursday. 4 days of music. I always wanted to go to that. Remember back in the 80s, they did that. Metallica did that. Monsters of Rock. What's up, Carla Albanese? Good to see you.
I don't know, the last concert I went to was like a 2 or 3 day festival a couple years ago, maybe even 3 years ago now, and it was bluegrass. But
Yeah.
And I like kind of a little bit of everything if it's good.
Mm.
And, you know, bluegrass is kind of like country speed metal.
Yeah. I got nothing against bluegrass. I like some of it, you know. My actually last concert was a country concert. I went to Garth Brooks in 2019. So for the first time, you know, I've been to many shows. Just saw the cat was like, what the? Oh yeah, the cat in the background. I always have my cat buddies. They're always around where I'm at. So
right. When Love Bites was premiering their DVD this morning, they had like 7,000 people, over 7,000 people watching, and from everywhere. The world was united with music at that moment.
Would you like to sing Dolly? What? Oh, Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing where, you know, when your rock stars get older, but you know, some of them still rock. You know, I mean, up until like last 2020 or the Stones were still, or 2019, the Stones were still rocking. You know,
for a good laugh. Speaking of Dolly Parton, look up Jolene at 33 RPM, where they take the 45 record and play it at 33 RPM. It's kind of funny. And it's not just funny, it's actually really good too, because you can really hear what the band is doing in the background and how hard they're jamming, and you don't really notice it so much. But it's also hilarious because of what it sounds like. And I won't say it, what it sounds like. You'll just have to figure it out on yourself.
All right.
It wouldn't be politically correct for me to say why it's hilarious.
What are you about, Taylor? Have you picked up the new Iron Maiden album? This was called is it called I know he's Eddie. They got Eddie dressed up as like a what do them call those Shogun Warrior, not Shogun Warrior. Samurai. Yeah. And I think it's called Shijitsu or something like that. Not yet. I'm heard it's really good. Yeah. Is that the name of the album, David? Samurai.
Hey, David, have you checked out a clip of Nemophila, Oiron, or a Dissension yet? Those are really good Nemophila songs that are, they got live versions of them on YouTube.
There's so many music festivals going, like, when they did the one in New York that they they did it in the 60s and then they redid again in the 90s that everybody jumped the fence. Yeah,
There's just not much. There's not much going on in my neck of the woods as far as concerts right now.
Did you hear that Yes has got a new album out? 2021.
Wow.
Yes has got a new
Holy
album
cow.
out in 2021. I know. All these old bands putting out new albums. It's awesome. I think somebody told me Styx might be putting out one. Those are old bands. May's new album called Shinjitsu. That's what
Senjutsu.
Shinjitsu. Yeah, Shinjitsu. Yeah. Thank you, David. Thank you. I know. I was just talking about it last week. Matter of fact, Darth Asher was here, and he brought out the vinyl and was showing it to us all. So.
It's cool that they're. It's cool that they're releasing stuff on vinyl too. You just cannot. With that. You cannot compete with the sound quality of vinyl on a good system.
That's why the love affair with the vinyl has blossomed these last.
I wish I still
years.
had my Black Sabbath vinyl. Oh my God, there was no comparison to what it.
You can find them if you really search and scour for them. You can find them, and they're around $25 to $35 a pop for your favorite albums. Some of them might be a little bit more. They had Summerfest in Milwaukee, but you didn't go. Feel like you're getting a shot plus a lot. Yeah, people. Yeah, I know. I just got the damn shot. Like on Friday. I'm still a little bit. Which is weird. Normally you get a shot and you don't feel it after like 30 minutes. Anyway, back to the rock talk. We want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods, what you like to listen to, who's your favorite bands, what bands have you seen, Hey, Carlo, do you like to go see live music events? Maybe you could tell us about it, That's what I like about, doing this, be interactive with the audience there, Vinyl's been making a comeback for a long time. I wish
for probably
slowly.
It's been slowly making a comeback for like at least the last 10 years.
Yeah. First Sabbath you heard was Wales, and it was the greatest hits album. Yeah. And if I look at Matt Green cover War Pigs was very. I just sung that tonight. Earlier tonight I was on a karaoke stream and I sung War Pigs.
Was that like a 50-year-old song, and it's as relevant today as it was when it was released.
Oh, I know. That's what I love about music. It just transcends the generations.
These new bands just don't. It's garbage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I thought years ago rock music was dead, and then you hear, oh, your older bands are releasing new stuff, or there's a new band that's like, you gotta listen to this band. It's like, yeah, send me a sample or show me where to look it up. I'll have a look, because I've always loved music. Music is such a part of my life. I could not imagine life without music. Yeah. I've mostly been a hair metal / rock and roll band fanatic.
And what surprised me, it was a couple years ago, but there's like these high school kids in their car jamming out to Kiss. I'm like, wow, kids are still listening to Kiss. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like old 70s Kiss and not the new stuff.
You had Carlo. You had a opportunity to see Foo Fighters a few years back. Got some rock crick to help you close the front of. She was fun. That's cool, Carlo. Want to hear it, man. I would definitely like to see Kiss concert.
Yeah, but it'll never be like it was with the huge, huge theatrics of the 70s.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't go to see a Kiss band you don't go to see Kiss for the musicianship. It's the spectacle of the thing.
We were talking about Ghost last week. We were talking about it on the show last week. Yeah, because I pulled out some Morgue magazines, and there's a section that tells you about all called the Audio Drone, tells you about rock metal bands and what's out there. So it's like, yeah. Detroit Rock City, yeah. Yeah. And Death, we were talking about Def Leppard. They never gave up when their drummer lost an arm, and he came back. And I think they're rocking shows at one of the hotels in Vegas. You see them in Vegas and whatnot. You went to the Green Day revival. Had a Hoobastank, No Doubt, Green Day. And another band that was Rubbish. Wow, what a girl climbed light that dancing on the top. Security staff lane. Wow. I've gotten to see Metallica more than a few times. Saw the rock band Tool once, which was awesome. I did get to see Pantera when they were together, and members were alive, so that was awesome.
I didn't see Pantera, but I was at a bar, and there was this rock bar that I hung out at, and they showed up at the bar after their gig that I didn't go to once, and that was pretty sick. I think they got up on stage and played a song at this just like almost a biker bar.
Well, we'll work on getting the notification out so he knows about it, because I'm gonna make this a staple every Saturday night. I'm gonna get on here and talk about rock albums that coming out, new venues and concerts, Vice galore, and I hope people will join the panel, because I want it open and just talk about rock and music and our love for music. You have to listen to walk. Yeah. Yeah, Tool is great, definitely. What was your, tell us what your first album was? I think I remember I had several albums on 45 on the little 45s. I used to I remember I had Joan Jett, Duran Duran, all on vinyl, and I used to keep them all. And I used to have the Oak Ridge Boys, because I had Elvira, because I love that song, Elvira.
Oh hell, what was that band that sang that song, Midnight Choir?
Midnight Choir.
I don't even know if you. A lot of that song, I think it was the 70s or 80s. It got banned on a bunch of country stations back then. It's the one that goes, "Will they have Mogan David in heaven? Dear Lord, we'd all like to know. Will they have Mogan David in heaven? Sweet Jesus, if they don't, who the hell wants to go?" And of course, Mogan David's Mad Dog 2020. It's actually Mogan David is what the MD stands for.
No, I've never been to a rock festival in Europe, but if I ever do, I'm going to try to hit one up for sure. You stalled Stone Temple Pilots in 2009. That must have been awesome. And Fuatas, broken up, played favorite songs, awesome, but after songs didn't remember the words. Your first concert. Oh. Wait, your first concert was in 2009? That seems like not too long ago.
Right?
Yeah. One of the best concerts you've ever been to was what's that? Primus and Tool?
Primus. I saw Primus.
Okay.
I saw Primus.
Yeah.
I saw Primus live once. It was good.
New Year's Eve show. Oh, that must have been something. Before Inima and played very cool.
I think a really cool show I seen was the Reverend Horton Heat opening up for White Zombie. That was a pretty badass show.
Yeah. I got to see Eddie Money and Candlebox together at a concert one summer back in I think it must have been 95. It was 94. It was 1994. Yeah. I've never seen Bon Jovi in concert. I never get to see Bon Jovi, but that certainly be out there to get to. My heart's broken that I can't see certain performers and artists because they've passed away.
Right.
Prince. I was dying to see him. In 2016, he died, passed away.
A lot of people at that show thought that Reverend Horton Heat blew White Zombie out of the water. I remember that.
See, I got to see White Zombie and Rob Zombie, so it was pretty awesome seeing them.
I can't remember. Oh, I saw what's the guy that does Beautiful People?
Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails together. That was pretty wild.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
That was wild.
Uh-huh. I bet. Marilyn Manson, he's an out there artist, but yeah, his music is pretty cool. I don't know if he's had anything new music in a while.
I don't think so.
It's hard when you don't listen to radio anymore. You know.
Well, you're not going to hear anything good on the radio anyway. So.
Yeah.
Unless it's old.
Yeah. You saw Candlebox open for Metallica because it was, let's see, Motorhead bailed out. Oh, I remember that. I remember that year that happened. Had a couple things, but a lot of boring. I didn't think Candlebox was boring. I thought I enjoyed the, but I only have their one album, their first album that they put out there, you know. But that's why I saw him when I saw him in '94. You have a better roses from mine. I remember one of my very first concerts was the Beach Boys. I saw them in Colorado at Mile High Stadium. We saw the Beach Boys. It was during the summer, and it wasn't the Broncos that were playing. It was Colorado Crush or whatever, Gold Crush or whatever. It was one of them summer leagues. I got to see them, and I got to see Chicago in.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I saw Chicago during the.
But how long ago though? Because they were a really badass rock band at first, and then they like slowly switched over to pop.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. It was had to be 86 or yeah. I remember I was in Utah at the time. I remember I was this little kid and I couldn't see them performing because all the adults standing up and standing on the chairs and I couldn't see it. It's like, damn it, I can't see. I want to hear them. I actually like them. I remember one time I got to go to a George Thorogood concert. It was in an outside venue here in Arizona, in the Phoenix area, and it was so hot. We got to the point where my parents, because I went with my parents at the time, and had to leave, and I was like, I was digging the concert. I didn't want to go. But they just couldn't take the heat. I don't blame them. Me, I was crazy, and I would have been crazy enough to stay through the whole thing in that heat, thing. But here in this state, outdoor venues aren't always the best,
I like the outdoor venues.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. I saw George Clinton on his retirement tour, and I guess now he's coming back out of retirement. And
George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelics.
Yeah,
awesome.
And he's freaking old, so half the concerts he's sitting down on a chair, but it was good.
I bet. Yeah. You remember going to a Marilyn Manson where there were protesters outside the venue? Well, that comes with it, I guess, George Clinton, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Bring in the funk. Bring in the funk. Flashlight. Yeah, that's some good music. Hey, Myra. Meow, meow. Good to see you, Myra. How you feeling? Hope you're okay. I hope you're a step closer to getting your dental work fixed. You feel meh? Sorry to hear that, Moira. Darius, if you're out there, you should drop the link for Moira. I haven't programmed the bot to do it yet.
Don't you bite?
Was that a doggy?
Yeah, so my little kitty's she's at the biting or he's at the biting and scratching stage.
Oh. You would have liked to see, who wouldn't have liked to see Ray Charles
right.
or Elvis? Yeah. Oh, that would have been something. That would have been something for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Who's that? Be that one person to get in a time machine, get in the DeLorean just to go see some rock concerts of the old, hanging out with all the rock stars, I'm hanging out. I'd be like, think to your cell phone, hey, I'm hanging out with Jimi Hendrix. It's Hendrix. I'm at Woodstock,
Go see Jeff Beck in his heyday.
Yeah, right.
Oh. Maybe in the future that'll be a tourist industry.
Right. Oh, we got 10 watching. That's awesome. So, everybody, tell us your stories. We want to hear. This is, it's not just us, me and Lois Fix Line. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear about it. And your rock concert, what you listen to, what you like, what you don't like.
I don't think having a kitty mascot's a requirement to be on YouTube, but it helps. David.
There's the link once again. If anybody wants to join us, tell us. We want to hear your rock stories. Tell us about what your music you're into, what you're listening to now. That's what this stream's for, just hanging out, talking music, rock talk. Would you ask to come, but you have a cat? LOL. Hey, I got like 4 around here. One's lounging on the floor. There was one on the back of the chair, but he got up and moved. The Krogan time machine should have been used, but just once. In 2016, you saw Peter Bonjon and John let me highlight that so we can read it better. And Garbage, concert, cool. Off branch was either off and keep off your feet. Cool. Who wouldn't want to see Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads doing Crazy Train, or
early Van Halen opening up for Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I remember my uncle telling me about going to that show.
Van Halen open for Black Sabbath? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. How's it going, Dave?
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Great. This is my only second string twice today, so it's
welcome,
today.
welcome.
This is my only Sorry, I had to turn off. I'm streaming on Roku too, so I had to.
Fine. I hear you. I do the same thing a lot. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're on because I remember my very first concert was the Doobie Brothers with my parents.
Nice.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm 52, so that tells you how long ago that's been. I don't even remember what year that was. I was small.
Yeah.
I just remember they had the whole stage. I don't know how many guys were in that band, 10, 15, 20. I mean, you know, they had the full horn section
Oh, I
back in
know,
the day.
right?
And I still remember that. It's kind of weird how that just popped up. But you guys, I was like, oh, I got to get on the stream and tell that story.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem. It's
What's
great
up,
being
Stone
on.
Cold Jimmy? And Moira says 52. You don't look 52.
What? Oh.
Moira, you don't look 52.
I turned the lighting down just a little bit to cover the so the gray hairs don't shine.
Well, yeah,
too much, you know,
he's
man.
all shaved. You can't tell he's 52. You could tell I'm 52. I got the gray going on.
Oh, I know, man. that gray hair starts popping into places you really don't want to talk about sometimes. But yeah, then you know you're getting there.
Well, I'm not quite there, but I will be in. Well, I got a whole other year till I hit 50. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. Low Spec, thanks for the Japanese recommendations. That Love Bites, holy crap, man. Jeez. Man. That's why I was thinking maybe you could put a clip on so people could see it. And I was like, wow.
Oh, it's
Those
incredible.
girls are
Yeah,
just like
masters, absolute masters of their and she's there in the back and you don't really notice it, but that drummer, she don't need to do a drum solo. She's doing a drum solo the whole show. If you every now and then you see her feet and she's just on that double kick drum, just
oh wow. I mean it's hard to even notice the drums
like
with
the little
girls just going.
Yeah, she's just like the little Energizer bunny back there on the drums. Holy cow!
Yeah.
All right. What's their name? What is their
Love
name?
Bites.
Love Bites.
One word. But their level of they're not just heavy and shred. Their just level of musicianship is insane.
And they look so young to be playing like that. I don't know how old those girls are.
I think they're probably closer to in their 30s.
Are they really?
One of these things about these Japanese women is they get better looking as they get older, up to a certain point. Like band D Drive, it's a girl drummer, a girl guitar, and then a guy drummer and a guy bass player. And if you look at videos from like 9 or 10 years ago, she's not that pretty, but Yuki that plays with them, but now she's gorgeous.
Wow.
All right. Well, what song in particular? Is there a particular song?
Set the World on Fire.
Okay. Let's see. Because like everything comes up. Like
I think that's the newest live that's like publicly freely available. And they just shred. One of the ones I like really good is Thunder Vengeance. And it's got Thunder Vengeance has like more of an old Iron Maiden vibe. But Set the World on Fire is badass. It's just, and you'll see what I mean by the level of musicianship. It's like, especially when they're doing the insane solo and tapping with the pick, and it's not just one of them do it; they're both doing it in unison. It's just whoa. But the black-haired guitar player there, she's also a concert pianist.
Oh, I picked the reaction video. I don't want to do that. No, I can't play that one. Oh my shit.
Yeah, Set the World on Fire live Tokyo is a good example. And like I said, when they premiered that DVD, because they played the whole DVD this morning, and like Thunder Vengeance, they like played that not like 1.5 times speed, just like holy cow.
All right.
And then it went private like really quick. If you didn't catch it, it's not up anymore. But it was really cool. They played that whole DVD for free. For everybody. And the bass player of that band just quit, so they're on hiatus right now. But they do claim they'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know how to do any of this stuff you're trying to do. I gotta learn that. I just changed my picture earlier tonight.
I'll play a little bit and then I'll pause it.
Set the world on fire!
Sounds pretty good.
Oh, just wait till they get started.
Damn.
Oh yeah, they go right into it. They don't mess around.
You can only play. I'll probably still get copyright claim, but hopefully it won't get struck. But
I don't think so.
Damn! Holy shit!
I was telling you, if you're not paying attention to Japanese rock and metal, you're missing it.
And they're doing this right, man. Look at the stage
Hell
production.
Yeah, they're shredding.
They're
out of that.
They're coming out full blast.
They've really put some money into what they're doing.
Damn, she kind of sounds
And they
like
act,
no doubt.
and they sing in English. She sings in English. It's just all their lyrics are in English.
Look, they got the whole concert going there and everything.
You got to at least get to this first solo. It's nuts.
Wow, this isn't even the one that I had looked at. This is even better than the one.
And like I said,
holy cow!
This morning it was only up for a couple hours, but this morning they played this whole concert on YouTube for free.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn!
Gates of hell.
Wow, these girls, damn, they're rocking it, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sound, that particular sound right there, they've got it really nailed down, don't they? I mean, they've done their homework, they've done their practice.
Damn! I'm digging it! I'm really digging it!
Wow.
I don't think I'd call this K-pop.
No, I thought I saw something like that. I'm like, what in the hell are they talking about?
What the hell? No.
Wow! Totally.
Yeah, this is like when they're all doing it together. Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
They've opened up for Dragon Force in Europe.
Wow, I even know those guys. I've heard of them.
Wow!
Oh,
look
you
at
got.
Taylor is on your radar now, Taylor. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's not like a lead and a rhythm guitarist. They're both lead and rhythm guitarist.
I love that guitar. Yeah, now this is rock, baby.
Watch this. In unison. Like I said, the musicianship is just off the hook.
Hell yeah. Wow.
No, I would definitely want to see this live.
Rock
I would
is
definitely.
here to stay. Rock is alive. Yeah, fuck yeah, yeah, rock and roll, yeah.
She's just loving it.
Oh yeah, I can imagine driving down the road blasting this. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how many hours they've watched of Iron Maiden and Dave Murray and those guys.
Oh yeah, I think they definitely mentioned that as one of their big influences.
Yeah, I dig this song already.
Oh no. They're gonna, yeah, you got to get off, click off of that. Yeah, they should. I don't know why they did that to you, man.
What?
They've got it down. They clicked on it.
Did they?
Yeah.
The box got me.
Yeah, get out of that as soon as you can.
Oh,
there's no
sucks.
reason. Yeah, they shouldn't have done. I don't understand why they.
I don't understand how do the reactors get away with playing like the whole thing through?
They did this to Nick Weiser as well, just for a movie. You won't get in trouble for it. They're just telling you, hey man, you need to chill.
It might come back. It might come back.
It'll come back. It's just suspended.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
This has happened to me at karaoke all the time. I host karaoke streams. Yeah, we're back.
You're back. You're back already.
Okay,
I got you
back.
back on the Roku. Basically, what they're saying is chill out on it.
Yeah, I know.
Slow your roll, man. I'm like,
it's the algorithm
bullshit,
doing its job. It's content. The bots are doing it.
It's
Right.
really
happened
crazy.
before.
Right?
I don't care. I'm not monetized.
Yeah, and it's a YouTube video, right? It's a YouTube video of a
It's
YouTube
publicly
video.
available for free.
And it was free, and they're still nailing you, and it's just crazy.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
And you've got 385 subscribers, so you're not monetized. You're not making money off of it. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it, but now you know, I guess, right?
Yeah, right.
But I don't know what you can do to prevent that. I mean, we were talking over it, and you were stopping it, so I don't know. I don't know if you can talk to them and ask them, "Hey, man, what the hell did I do?"
It will be. Hopefully, it won't be a strike. It will just be a claim.
No,
and I can find it because we were talking over it, and we were. And I know on it.
The reactors do put the big fair use to paragraph disclaimer in their descriptions. I don't know, but I don't know how they get away with it. They'll play the whole thing through without stopping or talking over it. Some of them.
Yeah. But that was awesome.
Well, I hope I didn't get you in any kind of trouble, man. I'm kind of feeling.
Sorry about. Well, I started it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I feel kind of shitty. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, guys.
I've seen it before, like on like 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. He did a video, like a movie. He was trying to do a movie thing, like Roadhouse or something like that, and they nailed him on a couple times, and he just stopped doing it, and they didn't strike him for it. So cross my fingers on that one for you. I don't think they'll strike you, but it's just stupid, so stupid. Yeah, I mean, you would think they'd want the exposure on another YouTube video to promote more YouTube stuff.
Right. I know.
Like I said, I'm new to
It
this. This is my only second stream, literally today, and so I hope I didn't get you in any kind of
No,
BS, man.
don't worry about it. I'm a risk taker. I'm a risk taker. But I'm all about rock. You know.
You would think they'd want the exposure.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I've seen it happen to other guys. This one right here shouldn't be an issue, man. I hope not, anyway. You know.
Yeah.
Well, did you pop yourself back up, or did it just pop up on its own?
Yeah, pop back up.
Yeah, that's saying I've seen that happen with live, just watching live streams. I wasn't part of it. They'll do that, and then it's kind of like a warning, like, hey man,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it comes back. So, but I'm new to all this, so I'm not sure.
No,
how
I've
this works.
hosted karaoke streams, and the same thing happens. We sing the Eagles, Hotel California, and they'll nail the bots will get us, and they do not. We're singing karaoke, and you can see the lyrics being across the string, and somebody's singing it. And
I think
they
Led
will shut
Zeppelin's-
you down for that. You know,
Led Zeppelin's probably the worst. You can't get away with nothing.
No. I think it has to do with the corporations and who's behind the music, like Sony or Warner Brothers or Disney, and if you play clips of music that might be, you know, paid for by them, like he said, Led Zeppelin, I guess, you know, maybe, I don't know who owns their music or who owns the copyrights to these things. And some of them are real a-holes about it, man. You can't play any of it. And
thank you, Darius. Oh yes, it just happens. Don't sweat it. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm here to have fun. You know, this is late night rock talk.
That was good shit, though, right? Man, I mean, holy cow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because I've just started getting back into a little bit, and I don't see any new bands out there, like new. Where's the good heavy metal British bands? I don't know of any. And like, I'm following guys like Amon Amroth. They've been around a long time. Man of War is one of my favorites. You know, and I'm all over the place with music, man. I can go from opera to freaking Amon Amroth in a day. Just depends on my mood, you know.
Who would have thought that 20 years ago that Japanese women would be picking up that torch now?
Nobody. You know, those Japanese were into rockabilly 20 years ago. You know, I remember that they had a big phase back then. They were wearing the leather jackets and the hair and the glasses. And, you know, they loved Brian Seltzer and that kind of stuff back in the day. And you just blew me away with that tonight, man. I was like, what the hell was he talking about, man? You know, like, holy Jesus, this is pretty good.
Well, also, you know, and I'll just mention a few more here. Ninja Isu. And they're actually not women. They're a three-piece, and they're interesting. Just their look, because it's an old man, and like a Westerner would think it's like the Jedi, Uncle Fester, and Elvis, but it's like it's like a 16th century. The guitar player dresses up like a 16th century scholar, and then the bass player is a dead monk, and then the drummer is like Yakuza style look is what it actually is. And they got like a heavy like Black Sabbath influence and stuff like that. And so like Doomer, Stoner Doom, it sounds like Stoner Doom rock or something. And like there's English subtitles on some of their stuff. And
cool.
it's
just, isn't it amazing how you said that these girls are all doing this in English? And you're
on Love Bites, yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't see any American bands going out and doing this in other foreign languages. You know?
And a band, I was stationed in Okinawa, and a band I saw in like 1991 called Shoya. I saw them live in like 1991, and they've just put out, it's out in Japan. I don't think it comes out in the United States till November.
I got something to show you.
But they just put out
hang tight.
they just put out a new album, and they're like in their late 50s now, all of them. And it's like the heaviest album they've ever done, and it's all in English this time. And they wrote like half the songs. The other songs were written for them, but they wrote half the songs on that. So I'm interested in that.
So, Low Spec, I knew I had wanted to talk to you about something. You had mentioned that you had been in Japan before. I had served in the Marine Corps, and I got stationed over there. And one of the places I've been to was Gate 2 Street.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? And
yep.
Jed, you're going to love this.
We called it BC Street when I was there, and we bring cash.
Yeah. Club Fujiyama.
Fujiyama.
I don't know if you remember that, but the motto is if the music's too loud, you're too old.
Right
Gate 2
on.
Street, Okinawa, Japan, man.
Right on. Like it, man.
That was how long ago was that?
I joined in 2002, right after 9/11. I joined 2001. I got shipped out, went to boot camp. I went straight to Japan in 2002.
So it's probably the same place I used to go to that George Murasaki's kid runs now, but it was called something different when I was there.
Yeah, I can't remember. They had a band called Pavlov's Dogs there. That was really kicking ass.
Pablo's dog.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man. It was good stuff.
Yeah, I was there from like 89 to 91.
Yeah, I was only in Okinawa for a couple months because being single, they needed somebody to go to the mainland over at Camp Fuji. And I wasn't married and single, so they sent me over there because it wasn't a base that had like families or schools. It's really small, so they sent my ass over there, which was great. I loved it, so I got to go see Japan.
Yeah.
So
it was
sorry,
sad.
I
because
didn't mean to. Go
it was
off
sad.
on that.
It was actually sad. So many people that would just stay on the base or go from base to base instead of going out and getting some culture.
Oh man, I got to see where they made sake. The one of the big Buddhas in the world. You could go to the Buddha and you can go around to the back and go go up to the back side of the Buddha there, and get to see some of the old Japanese style towns where they still had the sliding, just like in the movies. They still have some of that stuff. So it was really cool. It was good. But yeah, when I saw you, I instantly remembered Gate 2 Street and the music and all that. And then you had the video, and I'm like, God, I got to get back on another stream tonight. I'm like 2 streams. I took a nap, and then I'm up, and I'm like, hell yeah, there's another one about music and all that. Okay, I'm hooked now, I guess.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, there's a picture on Twitter of my old skylight in Okinawa. Skyline. I had a 79 Skyline when I was stationed there. And then I kind of moonlighted by Rhodian for George Murasaki.
Wow, George Murasaki, that's help me out a little bit on that one. He does
the band. The name of the band is Murasaki, and they started out in the 70s, heavily influenced by Deep Purple.
Okay. Yeah, see, like we were talking about all the old bands. Somebody said that Yes is coming back. Did you say Yes is going to make a comeback? I'm like, wow.
What's really is one of the times I was there, he had a Hammond B3, and he bought a Hammond B1 off of Kadena Air Base from one of the church on Kadena Air Base. And we're sitting there setting up, and the Hammond's going to go on. He wants to use the new Hammond. He just got off Kadena Air Base instead of his B3. So like 10 minutes before the Hammond's supposed to go on stage, I'm sitting there wiring the effects loop into it. And we didn't have time to do it right. We just cut a patch cord in half, and it's like, okay, here's one's in. Here it is. I don't know which one's in and out, but here you go. And the Japanese kids are all going nuts. And I'm like, Daijobu, Shimpai Nai. And then go back to cussing my ass off at this Hammond. Look at this wiring diagram on how to wire the effects loop into the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I had lots of fun.
I don't know if this will get me taken down, but it's a clip of a bass player. Let's see.
Be careful, man. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't know if it will let me play it. It won't let me play it. Okay, it won't let me play. It's on Facebook.
They don't give you a play option, or
No, I don't. It should be right there.
Huh.
Yeah. Let me test and come. I'll see if it works.
Well, I had another quick music rock story about being in Japan. When I was at Camp Fuji, Joan Jett was coming around. She was flying around. She actually came to the small camp and then didn't play. Something happened with the backup musicians, or didn't get the. So she just went around and signed autographs. I've got it around here and everything. I was like, geez. Here she was at this small little base, and didn't get to hear a damn song.
I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire and War on Kadena Air Base. That was cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What a combo.
Especially War. War was like, wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if you're not into like Earth, Wind, and Fire, you see them live, they were good.
Oh, the stage with the horns and all that stuff. You gotta love that, man. You gotta love that stuff. I mean, that's just good music.
Yeah.
Like, what were some of your guys' first shows that you could remember? Like, very first ones?
I mentioned earlier, Beach Boys.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I got to see the Beach Boys at Mile High Stadium.
Wow.
In the summer, yeah.
I
saw Beach Boys like quite a lot though.
It would have been like it would have been country at festivals in my hometown. Would be in the first stuff I seen, like a Sylvia and old, like early '80s country bands.
Well, I remember my mom had tickets to go see Elvis, and then and then that was the end of that. But a guy was really, really young, and I don't remember how old he was when he passed away.
So that was 78 or 79?
78. Yeah, so I was born in 69, so I can barely remember that stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, it was Beach Boys for me, and then Chicago 17 during the Chicago 17 era. Yeah.
Nice. Another good horn band.
I know.
Horns.
I know. It was like they were playing "Stay the Night," and I was like, I couldn't see because everyone the adults were standing up and jamming to it. And I got to see Eddie Money in concert. That was awesome. 2 tickets to paradise. I remember that jamming to that song, and I wasn't sure that I liked Eddie Money at the time, but after that concert, I totally dug his stuff. I mean,
right.
He would hear it on the radio all the time, played on the radio all the time. So that was 94.
Wow, that's been a long time already.
Yeah.
Just reminiscing about all these old bands and old, like the other stream was a comic book and pop culture stream, and I'm sitting here thinking, man, I need to go out and start having more fun because I need to start getting on here and doing things like this. And thank you for bringing me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
I work the midnight shift. I'm on the East Coast, so this is normal time for me.
Right.
Where I try to keep my hours over the weekend.
Yeah.
Unless I go out and on the town or something like that. But thanks again for having me on. It's been great.
I've been a night man my whole life. Almost every job that I've had worked at nights. It's just been easier that way.
It's great unless you can find unless you have terrible neighbors and you're trying to sleep during the day, and it's a nightmare. I've moved so many times, maybe 8, 9, 10 times out of the last 13 years or so. It's just impossible sometimes to find a decent place to live. I've been on night shift 6 years, and I probably should have got on YouTube back then. Maybe I would be,
Right.
but have a big channel or something now. But this is awesome, man. I love it. I love this stuff. What you guys are doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, just here to have fun and see where it goes.
Well, I joined on the bandwagon earlier. You can see I didn't have this stuff up here earlier. I was like, oh crap, I gotta close some stuff up so they know I'm at least have a few things. I was gonna pull out my Iron Maiden T-shirt, but I didn't want to be too much of a poser. I was like, I'll just let it alone, man.
Oh yeah, I have over there's that from Forbidden Planet, the robot back there, and then on that wall is Darkman hanging.
Oh, like from the movie, the original
Darkman, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's Darkman in
Holy
the case
cow.
right there. That's Darkman in the case.
Wow.
And I have
Wow.
Cool.
I have
Yeah.
my Yoda right here.
Yeah.
Take the fucking teddy bear. Hey, that's my favorite line from that movie. Take the fucking teddy bear.
Yeah.
Well, I had no idea you like Star Wars because of your name. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't see
Oh,
any
I've been
Star
taking
Wars
them
stuff
away.
on this guy, man.
I just don't. It hasn't been a happy subject to talk about.
Well, not lately,
Right.
huh?
Yeah.
Not lately. And speaking of nostalgia, it's probably one of the first movies I remember ever seeing with my mom was Star Wars and Alien, and so.
You know what's
Yeah,
cool?
You can't even get excited about the new KOTOR remake because it's like, what are you going to rewrite it for? It's a perfectly written story. What do you need writers for? Just remaster it. So it's like, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the music, guys. I mean, what do you all think about the heavy metal and stuff these days? Except for the Japanese. I mean, you literally have to go to you dig around to find something good, I guess.
I think it's nowadays it's like by suggestion what somebody recommends, and then you hear it, and then you love it, and it's like, yeah, that's what I've been missing.
I can't remember who it is, but there's some chick here in the United States. It's actually pretty good, but like you got to, like I said, you got to dig for it. You won't find it. You got to know who she is and dig for it.
Yeah, I not to promote. I do what is it? iHeart Radio, and then you click on a band, and they'll give you suggestions, and that's how I know about Dragon Force. I think when you said that, I was like, oh wait, I was listening to them the other day with Sabaton and Iron Savior and a couple other ones like that, and you really have to go digging. I don't see any big heavy metal bands now that are getting promoted, and I mean, shit, man, you got Iron Maiden putting out a new box set that's getting more hype than anybody else.
Right.
And it's like, God dang, man, Iron Maiden is still kicking ass. And
Hell
it's
yeah.
like,
Hell yeah.
wow. It's kind of unbelievable.
And the artwork, they're artists who does their artwork for their albums. Darth Haster was, if you go back, it wasn't called Rock Talk last week. It was called the Slaughtered Lamb Virtual Club. But he brought it out and he was showing us. He was showing us the vinyl. And he was showing us the vinyl, and you see the beautiful artwork that their artist does, and you see Eddie in the samurai gear, and it's just like, oh yeah. And the vinyl, it's like clear vinyl red, and it's like, oh, not only is it on vinyl, it's just clear to that red,
I think it's a 2-disc set. Is that right?
Yeah.
From what I understand, a whole 2. Yeah. I'm like, geez, not only one CD, you get 2. I mean, that's how much stuff they're putting out.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go get it now. I'm gonna have to go out and get this thing. And it's I mean, you think about how you wish, like, for me, I've been out of the loop for a lot of things with music, with pop culture, and that's why I finally got off my ass and got on the stream today. And then with you guys, because you guys nailed it with me. With the music, I felt the same way. I've been out of the loop for like a long time.
Well, it's easy to get out of the loop because it sucked for so long. You didn't want to be on the loop.
I know, right?
you got me on that one, man. Well, maybe that was a good thing that I kind of dropped off the.
But the best thing I've heard out of this country for a while is Zana, Zahna.
Zana. Wow.
You can type it in the back chat, and you can, find the link. You can put it in the
Oh,
back chat.
let me find a link.
I might
It's
have
all right.
spelled it.
See if I can find a relink. And if it wouldn't have been for the reactors, I'd have never found that.
Huh.
Oh, there she is. So she's like a heavy metal or like or
Kind of a cross between heavy metal, industrial, but it's pretty good.
I think I've got some kind of delay
there's
going all of a sudden, so I
you'll
might be
experience-
talking over you.
You're experiencing you'll experience it.
There's a link in the private chat.
Cool.
But yeah, anything good hasn't been from here. In general.
Go to
copy link. I can
there we
post it.
go. I think I'm back on time with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think I'm still trying to learn not to go back and forth too much with StreamYard and YouTube on my laptop like that. It messes me up.
Right.
Yeah, I just got YouTube muted and just listen to StreamYard.
I put that link up there so everybody can see what we're looking at.
Oh, that's right. I'm looking right at the private chat. Forget that it's even there.
right. Yeah, right. It's okay.
Cool. Got it.
Yeah. And I put it up there. No, it's cool that StreamYard now has I get 10 different brands, and I can have video clips and name the brand a certain thing. Like I've got one for horror and action flicks, and I've got one for comic books, and I've got two delegated for if I'm specifically going to talk about Star Wars, and I got clips. Like I was playing a clip, and I got claimed just for playing like 15, like 20 seconds, 50 seconds of it was because it was playing the Princess's theme from John Williams, and that. It was I was closing the show out, and it was Luke looking at the twin suns. So
I don't imagine. That's what I was saying. Like Disney and these guys, they don't even give you.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's what they do. I
can claim and I can fight it. It's fair use, but.
And then they crap on the fans for just even bringing up anything that you do, and it's like, oh wow, it's like they don't have a good business model, like you said. Well, everything sucks. So maybe like I don't know if it went through earlier because of the delay, but maybe I did drop out at a good time, like 15 years ago now. Maybe it'll start swinging back the other way, but I don't see a good future in a lot of this stuff. Hopefully, music like what you're doing, Low Spec, is awesome because you're throwing it out there, and then Jedi will throw it out there, and then I'll mention it to somebody. Yeah. Check out these girls, man. Yeah, they rock. And yeah, I'm gonna go get Love Bites because, like the video that you showed was not the one I watched. I just watched like an official one, and that one was like, oh, that just blew me away. So I'm gonna go buy this now. So I'm definitely gonna go get it.
You didn't watch a live one? You watched an actual video?
I think it was called "We Are the World" or something like that. It's one of their official YouTube videos.
Well, I like their official live videos more than their like.
Oh, I could see why, man. God, their stage show is amazing.
And then they've also got ones. They've also got a bunch on where it's just them in their practice room playing too, but it's live.
Taylor's right, man. It's the corporatization of all this, but that's been like in the music business since day one. It's always been bad for musicians.
But
I would love to hear if anybody has ever been a roadie on a tour or anything. You know, that's what I want to talk about here. Just group of people for the love of music, talking albums are coming out. Bands are excited to see back together. You know, System of a Down, yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Nemophila album to come out.
Fleetwood Mac back together, and they're on tour.
They're coming back too
again.
Yes.
Almighty, man. You see, that's just what we were talking about, right? Well, I never got to see Styx. That's one of the regrets I've had over the years. They're one of my favorite back then, you know, arena 70s, 80s arena rock bands. So maybe if they come around, maybe I'll get to catch them.
Yeah.
But is it System of a Down is putting out a new one, and they're still around?
They got an album. They're back together, and they've got an album coming out. Yes.
Yeah, they're still kicking. How long have they been around now? I mean,
well, they broke up for a while, and it was, you know, Sarge Tankian was solo for a while, and I guess they settled their differences, and they got back in the studio and recorded an album. It's coming out here shortly. I'd have to look up the information. I don't know.
Well, when they look out and see Iron Maiden putting out double, you know, box sets and kicking ass, they're like, crap, you know, we got to get our shit together and get back into the game, man, because this is embarrassing. You know, we need to come out and do something. And I think a lot of these bands are thinking that now. And that's just the way I've seen it. And I just don't know. I just keep cranking it out.
AC/DC, who's been doing the same thing all these years, and we eat it up. They put out a new album. It could be good, could not be so good. But hell, I'm an AC/DC fan through and through, and I'm gonna buy everything that they put out. Just like Metallica, I buy almost everything that they put out. You know.
Well, I'm looking up. You said you were a Kiss fan, and I'm trying to remember what year Detroit Rock City came out. And how long ago has that been?
I'm going to guess 77. How far off am I?
Pull it up.
The Kiss Army's still going strong, even if you're not part of the Kiss Army. 76 says Taylor Lim.
Destroyer, was it 76?
That's what Taylor Lim says.
Wow. Yeah, he's right. You got it, man. 76.
So I was a year off, darn.
Yeah. I mean
76, that was a good year, bicentennial year.
And they're still going.
Yeah. I know.
I saw them once. It was awesome. It was an amazing show. I mean, they put on a great show. So
yeah. Hey, they were I still do that. If my karaoke, I go, you want the best, you got the best. Yes, you know. I had all the posters when my brother had all the posters.
Well, Gene's still doing that high wire. I don't know if you've ever seen him. I don't want to spoil it, man. In case you want to go, have you seen him in concert, Kiss?
No, I never did.
Oh, okay. Well, Gene still does. He does this thing. You're like, really, dude? I mean, you're gonna throw your hip out, man. But he's still doing it.
Oh man,
at least he was 10 years ago. So I don't know. Maybe he's not doing it now. I don't know if anybody else is listening has seen him recently. But God, I think it's about eight years ago since I've seen them.
Man, as far as 70s shows go, boy, I would have loved to have seen Alice Cooper back in the 70s when he chops off his head and all that stuff. It's just a spectacle.
He still does that.
He's still on tour, man.
I know he still tours, but it used to be a spectacle.
Oh, yeah. He's got a stage show with the blood and guts everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He orders props and, these big dudes with a big head mask and big long arms. And
wearing the nurse outfit.
He
blood and stuff coming out. And there again, there's another example of an old dude still kicking ass.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He does a radio show, or did a radio show out of Phoenix. I don't know if he still does it anymore, but he did one, and it went nationwide. Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to get off here a little bit here, and I just want to say thank you again for bringing me on. Low Specs, finally nice to meet you. I've seen you in the chat many times, my friend. And Jed, first time meeting you, so thank you again for my second live stream. I
Dave,
really appreciate it.
You're welcome here anytime. Please come back. We'll talk some more rock.
All right, guys. I will see you soon.
Get the channel in trouble again.
Thanks, man. I'm so sorry about that, man. I'm so sorry. All right, guys. Take care.
Later, Dave.
Well, and YouTube doesn't have a real way to communicate with them to figure out how to actually go about doing things like that without getting in trouble.
Yeah. It's the woes we have to put up with here as content creators. You produce content, Low Specs?
I just play games. I'd live stream games mostly.
Very cool. Very cool.
I've been live streaming Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, awesome.
On Linux core.
Yeah.
So that's, and it's like low spec machines. I've got a, there's no, I've got a laptop with a 4650U APU in it and it's a 3400G desktop with no dedicated GPU. So,
wow.
So yeah, gaming on Linux without a GPU.
That's different.
So
I complain about I got a little Intel i3, 2 cores. I scream at my computer all the time. Anyway, but I work with what I got.
I was using a Pentium from 2014 for the longest time, and that a Pentium laptop is what I started with, and so I was really low spec then. And there was no way to really, it could handle streaming at 360p, but then it would take half the CPU or more to do that. So there's not much left to like run a game. Where what I've got now, the desktop's 4 cores, 8 threads, and the laptop's 6 cores, 12 threads, but it's a slower clock speed, so they're about on par with each other as far as performance. It's a big improvement over an old Pentium.
I bet. Computers are tricky like that. Anyway. This has been fun. I guess can't wait for next week. Hopefully we'll have people want to get on here and guest, and hopefully Darth will show up. Who knows? We'll see what will happen. Just look for listen. Thank you, Taylor Lynn, for putting his channel out there. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's not just the anime and the manga. Check out the rock coming out of Japan. It's badass.
Oh,
and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Taylor Lim and Dave and everybody. Stone Cold, Jeremy was in the house. Carlo, it's been a little over 2 hours, so we're gonna say goodnight, and we'll see you on the next one. Later, folks.